Okay, I'm hoping since my previous video that I'll have improved a number of things, including the camera angle and steadiness, and also the gear selection. I have tried this bike up and down the lane, and it certainly seems to be better than it was in that last video, although I managed to miss second gear once or twice, coming down through the gears from third into second, but only once or twice. The gears seem to be far more predictable changing down than they were. I've done quite a lot of work to try and achieve this. Hopefully it'll be good enough, it'll be acceptable. You never know, we might even get right around the whole ride without missing a single gear. That would be nice. But third, going down from fourth to third is much more positive now. It was hopeless before. And I've also hopefully dealt with an oil leak from the rocker oil feed pipe. So a couple of things to look out for there on the way round. Let's turn the fuel on and the ignition on, tickle the carb up, and I'll get my helmet on, and hopefully we'll go and have a ride that might be a little bit more enjoyable and watchable than the last one was. And apologies for that one, it was absolutely terrible. I've got different things shoved down my jacket today, including a bit of towel and an old newspaper stuffed in there, and an ice cream tub lid behind the camera to try and set it at the right angle. Let's see how we go. The trial sit on the bike seemed to suggest that the camera angle ought to be okay, hopefully. But I won't know for certain until I get back and watch the video myself. Look at the skywards there. I'm going to lean forwards and slew the camera around a bit. Right, well, it is what it is, folks. Let's do this. Nothing else. You'll be able to hear the engine and hopefully more positive gear changes. Well, 4 gears, all present and correct all the way around, not one missed gear. If we'd been a couple of minutes later, we'd have actually seen a train as well, because one's just pulled up at the station there. Anyway, let's have a look at what we got. It's running nicely. All the gears are working up and down perfectly, even neutral. No more leaks from the rocker oil feed pipe. That's good. They're sorted. Bit of a blow from there. I'll have a look at that. The engine actually breathes into the primary case, so it might just need a new fibre washer or something on that plug to sort that little weep out. The engine's already showing signs of loosening up, and we've got much more reliable steady tick over now as well already, which is nice. These Continental GTs, I've worked on a few of them, and they're very, very difficult for a tick over. I put it down, my theory is, to the cam form and the valve timing possibly. I'm not quite sure, but each and every one that I've worked on, and I must have worked on perhaps half a dozen now, have been very, very tricky to get any sort of steady tick over from. But that's by the by. This one's as good as any of the others that I've rebuilt, and I can quite happily say now, look at that engine and say I did that. It's coming along nicely. I reckon a few hundred miles on it, loosen it up, and it'll probably go a bit and all. So it sounds great with that megaphone on it, although it is quite loud. Shall we try a hot start? Might as well. Let's see. I'll just pop the, let's see if I can do it holding the camera. It'll fold up the footrest there. Let's try a hot start then. I'll take that. That'll do for me. A few final checks, and I think I'll be done with this. I'm going to try and perhaps lubricate the clutch cable, and I think that the screw and nut on the clutch lever may be a little on the tight side. I think we could get a lighter clutch action on that possibly, but it's doing everything it should now, and the gearbox is working well. It's horrible when you miss gears. It just takes the fun right out of riding if a bike doesn't select the gears properly, and these so often can do that. They've got to be set up right, and it really is an art sometimes to get them to work right. Not bigging myself up here, but I've had so many of them come in where they've been great engines, great bikes, and they've been let down by shoddy setting up with the gear selector mechanism, which is very, very difficult to get right, I know, but when they are right, and they can be right, then they can be a joy to ride. So this one's all sorted on that front now, at least.